Let's begin this side story. Oh shit, it opens in its own window. Alright, here we go. That's a new shot. That's a new scene. Okay. What's happening? Hi, Monica. Oh, yeah, I need to get voice mod out. Shit. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on one moment. Oh, God. Where's voice mod? I'm gonna have to minimize the game for a second. Hang on, everybody. Fuck. This voice mod's been acting funny lately. Funny guy voice mod. Ha ha ha. Alright, I gotta set keybinds. Again. You can be 7, and then Monica voice can be 8.
Like this. Or I guess 9. Okay, here we go. I got that. I always forget to set that up. Alright. Okay, everyone! Literature Club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? I missed debate club. I knew it'd be so difficult to start a new club.
Oh, so is this They said this was unrelated to the events of Doki Doki Literature Club, but this seems like it's like this is her just starting up the club before everyone's joined. Anyway.
I knew it'd be so difficult to start a new club. I feel worse with every day that passed without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose confidence. I'm also losing my mind because I'm slowly starting to talk to myself out loud. But that's beside the point.
Monica's the only member of the Literature Club. In the days that have passed, all of her efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless.
Am I going about this wrong?
Monica glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?"
Maybe nobody is into literature enough to pick it over with their... Yeah. Maybe nobody is into literature enough to pick it over their other club interests. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need somewhat of vision. A vision. But what kind of vision?
Monica rests her head on her desk, deep in thought. But before she realizes it, the recent nights of staying up too late start to catch up to her. It's so quiet, and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. Conking out. I'm gonna take a guess as to who I think this is.
Hello?
Ooh, we got the flash. Suddenly, a voice causes Monica to snap awake.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I never do this.
Is this a napping club?
This music is loud. Turn it down. Shut it down. Fuck.
No, this is...
Monica pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, the Literature Club.
This is the Literature Club.
Yay! I thought I got it wrong for a sec.
I'm super sorry. It was, like, so unprofessional of me to do that.
Don't apologize, I do that all the time.
Oh.
Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everybody?
How about that? This is everybody.
Really? Just you? That's fucking sad.
But we're getting more members. I'm working really hard on it.
Hold on a sec. If it's just you... that means I get to be the vice president!
Fuck yeah! She flips the table.
Wait, vice president? What are your qualifications?
Well, I'm better at napping than you. Maybe I should be president.
Now you're just making fun of me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What was your name?
swapping back and forth is getting really annoying.
Sayori!
Okay, Sayori. I've been trying really, really hard on this club. I know you caught me in a weird time, but it's really disheartening not to be taken seriously, you know? I care so much about this. I just want to find other people who do too. Oh no! I'm so sorry! I do care, I promise! I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. And I was talking about the vice president thing too. I would make a terrible vice president. I'm always like flipping desks and setting things on fire. I mean, I'm sure that...
Monica tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she still doesn't know much about Sayori. It's so weird narrating everything from the third person in a game that's narrated from the first person.
I'm sorry this isn't like a real club yet. Would you still be interested in joining after I found a few more members at least?
Well, no. I want to join now!
Really?
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun! Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working. You're doing something amazing, and you should be proud of it, you know? So let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so...
Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monica, by the way.
Monica! That's such a cool name. Definitely not the name of a villain.
Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up.
But you're smiling!
Well, I didn't say it didn't work.
Monica glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it.
So, what do we do first?
Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can go home and try to come up with some ideas to recruit club members.
I can do that!
Cool. And I think I need to put some more thought into my vision for the club. You know, like a mission.
My mission is to make everyone happy by flipping every desk and setting fire to it.
Yeah, something like that. I didn't think about it.
Hey, do you like hugs?
I guess so?
Sayori suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly hug, then lets go.
Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. Besides,
Sayori whispers loudly,
hug energy is what keeps me at my best.
Hug energy?
Monica laughs, which we didn't need to know because we saw it already. Although Sayori is very different from her, Monica feels her spirits lifted. Maybe it's just because she finally found another club member. But
Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited! I'm gonna think really hard tonight about how to get more people. I hope I don't plop in a blood vessel.
Yeah, me too. The thinking thing, not the blood vessel.
oh, and it's still going. Shit, okay. A day passes, and the time comes for the literature club, Monica and Sayori, to reconvene. As president, Monica ensures that she's the first to arrive to the club room. But she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori.
It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori changed her mind about joining? Fuck, I'm talking loud to myself again. I'm losing it. No, that can't be. She was so excited yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried.
Suddenly, Sayori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she's holding a sheet of paper.
Sorry I'm late! I'm here! I'm slowly sounding more and more like a Muppet.
It's okay, welcome back.
And...
Sayori spins over to Monica and deposits the sheet onto Monica's desk.
Oh, what's this?
Sounding like Aaron's Zelda. Damn straight. I believe at the time that was the inspiration for the voice. I was just like, fuck, I need a girl voice. And then the first thing that came to mind was the default girl voice that the Grumps always use. Oh, she read a poem.
Take my hand.
I can't help but think of the the Willy Wonka song. It's like a combo of Zelda and Toad. Yep, that's exactly what it is. That was exactly inspiration. I literally made a joke during the Blue Skies playthrough, the first one, where I was just like, I'm slowly devolving into Toad.
Take my hand, take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my step, so I can't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up to you. The more I look forward, the more I look up, the more I can lend to you. If I can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I'll trust you to return it. Take my hand, take me forward, take me to your dreamland.
Hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Ari?
Of course! Wait, no, that's the wrong side of the paper!
Huh?
I wasn't ready to share that yet, I'm so embarrassed, god fucking damn it!
Monica flips over the paper. Written on the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting new club members.
Oh, so this is what you meant to show me. But I'm curious now, do you write poetry often?
I do, but I'm sure I'm not anywhere near as good as you are. I'm stumbling over my words because I'm so embarrassed.
Really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything I was happy with. Like, I always read it again a week after I read it, and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that.
Aww. You should have more confidence in yourself. You're the literature club president.
I guess you're not wrong there. I need to, like, set a good example or whatever. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that.
Doing what?
You know, like, sharing poems we write and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah! I would love that! It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people usually. But you can when it's in a poem, right? Wow, I'm fucking deep. I'm like super deep. I'm like the deepest person on the planet. I'm so deep that I'm like a vast ocean, just completely unexplored.
She's as deep as a puddle. By the way, hi Benda. Thanks for coming. A mud puddle. Is that what it's like to be funny? It was always funny. By the way, you can kind of see it in the background. I finally got a fan in here because it's been really hot lately. So I have a fan pumping the hot air from my computer off that way. It's much nicer. It's a lot cooler right over here by my desk. I don't know, I just say what comes to mind. Well, what comes to mind is fucking gold. Yo, a fan! Yeah, dude, it's my biggest fan. ADHD is a blessing, broski. You know it. All right. Anyway. And if you want more stupid ass jokes like that, make sure you follow 7100 on Twitch. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's helping me form a more cohesive vision for the club. So I'm glad you showed me. Well, even though it was by accident.
Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but now it feels kind of good that someone else read it. I'll try to show you more of them in the future.
I'd love that. Oh, jeez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over to this recruitment brainstorm together?
My brainstorm's so fucking hard. Dude, there's like so much damage. So much weather damage in my brain right now. I lost at least 1,000 brain cells. And I only had like 1,001 to begin with. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster.
Sorry, that's terrible. Anyway, let's take a look at the list.
Okay, fuck Natsuki. I think Siri is my favorite now. I may need to just finally admit it in my heart that Sayori is best girl.
Made cupcakes.
I was hungry. But it's a good idea, isn't it?
Let me think about this. I mean, when would we have the chance to give people cupcakes?
You know, like when they come into the club. What if we said we had free cupcakes in the flyers?
I'm like kind of worried that would bring in the wrong kinds of people, you know.
Wrong kinds?
And people would just come for the cupcakes and then leave.
Oh, nobody would do that. That would be mean. And no one has ever been mean ever in the history of man, especially on the internet. Twitter is a safe haven where all are welcome.
But you know, I want to find people who are really into literature, even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list. Hunt for people reading books. I don't think I get it.
Like going around the school and finding people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning or during lunch. And we tell them to check out the literature club.
Well, the problem with people yeah. Well, the problem with people that is, like, wouldn't most people be reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something?
Monica is like my spirit animal, just negative about everything. Even things she's positive about, she's positive about them in a negative way. Oh, what? The internet is where nice people can congregate. What's so mean about intranewts? I have never said anything mean about anything in the world. We all agree on everything in the world, right? Like politics? No, I'm not even gonna open that can of worms.
How do we know if they're just reading for fun?
Well, we could ask them. But then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I think about that part, I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. You're coming with a lot more things than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers, rather than just put them up on the wall. I'd definitely like to start doing that.
I'm useful! Yes! Yes, 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 yes!
Flips the desk.
I never said you weren't. I just need to think. What would we tell people when handing them out? I don't want to just be like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people.
Watching Vinny alongside your stream, he called Mario Golf mechanics babified. I don't know how to feel about it. I haven't actually picked up Mario Party Golf yet. Mario Party Golf. It's a very different game. I haven't actually picked up the new Mario Golf. I don't know if I want to yet, because I got Mario Tennis Aces. I played it like twice and then never again. So I don't know if I want to just scoop up Mario Golf to never play it. I just don't know if I ever play it. Golf is just kind of boring. But from looking at it, it kind of seems like there's not as much in Mario Golf as there is in like previous installments. Just on the surface. That being said, though, like although it's maybe the mechanics are babyfied, right? They're still good. Like the new meter, I like the new meter a lot better. Where it's just like, this is where the hole is, and you just have to like hit the ball to the hole. It's easier to measure your power now. 6 overall courses plus DLC is coming. Yo, the new meter is awesome. Yeah, the new meter is nice. You're not getting DLC though, Ben. Don't get it twisted, okay? Free updates means that they haven't finished the fucking game yet, but they're releasing it anyway. That's what free updates are. Do not get that twisted. It is not free DLC. It is, we haven't finished the game yet, and we're just kind of releasing it and then just finishing it off. It's like early access, but it's a AAA game. There's nothing necessarily wrong with the practice, other than that it's annoying, but it encourages people to try to buy a game before the product is actually finished. And I don't know how to feel about that. Animal Crossing did it too, and I'm always intimidated to go back to Animal Crossing ever, because there's so much new shit now that I'm gonna feel like I feel like I'll be overwhelmed when I go back to it, if and when I go back to it, which is probably never. Anyway, that was a long tangent. Where were we in the story? Let's figure out how we can better engage people. Okay.
What if you told them about the club activities and stuff?
What club activities? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the club. Okay, Siri, pretend you're a normal person for a second.
How the fuck do I do that?
Oh wait, I didn't mean it like that. You know, like a random passerby who's getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of a literature club?
She flips a desk.
Probably like...
Literature is stupid. I'm joining the anime club. Oh my god, she's just doing an impression of MC. That's just literally MC. Oh, that's brilliant. Hang on. I need to read that back. Literature is stupid. I'm joining the anime club.
What the heck?
Sorry, I was just thinking of a friend of mine. She was! She totally was!
So ironic that same friend ends up joining the club, only to try to like get with the girls.
Okay, what if we said that we, like, do group reading and discuss together?
I would probably nap through that.
That's you, Siri.
Yeah, but that doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway.
That reminds me of RE Village, where the merchant references the merchant. What are you buying?
We need to really catch their interest, you know?
This sucks. Why is this so hard?
Monica, don't be sad.
What do you like about literature, Siri?
Me? Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you the chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you can't normally do when you're just doing your normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like... intimate.
Yeah. How do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self.
Be intimate with us!
Maybe not that.
Maybe not that. Okay, that's kind of...
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh!
What is it?
I forgot all my things in my classroom! I must have gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me!
Rush, but weren't... never mind. Did you want to get your stuff done?
I'll forget it if I don't do it now!
Well, I'll wait for you then.
Okay, it'll only take a second. Zoom!
Siri dashes out of the room, flipping a desk as she goes, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jotting her thoughts on a sheet of paper.
Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Right into your heart. Find a way to write me... What? How does the song go? Fuck.
But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to write a better day? Just to find a better day. It's that. There it is! That's the lyric.
Write the way into your heart. Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame.
Oh, they're having fun with themselves, these writers. Top notch, A+.
Monica!
You startled me.
Sorry, but it's something important. On the way to my classroom, there was a girl reading a book.
Reading a book?
Reading a book! Let's hurry recruit her!
Wait, are you sure she's not just doing homework?
I could tell she was really into it. She had her fucking face right up against the pages.
Well, I guess we could take a look.
Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. Then the two depart the classroom, with Siri leading the way.
This way!
You don't have to run.
Siri leads Monica over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper.
See, in here. There's a girl, and her boobs are huge!
Monica peers through the window. Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book, and her boobs are huge.
I feel like a creep doing this.
You should go inside and talk to her!
Me?
You're the president, and I'd probably scare her away.
Okay, fine, I'll do it.
Monica takes a deep breath, then timidly enters the classroom.
That was fast!
Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed.
Why? What happened?
Well, I entered the classroom, and she didn't even look up from her book. Oh.
I wanted to see them interact with Yuri.
So I kind of just left the flyer on her desk and then walked out.
That's kind of cute. You want to go out? But I'm sure she'll see you and want to join the club.
I hope so. Shall I head back now?
The two head back to the club room, Sayori feeling rather accomplished, and Monica still feeling a bit embarrassed by the encounter. Upon returning, Monica and Sayori resume their strategy meeting. I like this song. I like it. It's good. They discuss various different kinds of recruitment tactics, from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list, and with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two end in a better spot than from where they began.
Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it?
Yeah! I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this?
Sayori peers at the sheet of paper Monica was jotting on earlier.
Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself.
Join the literature club. Right the way into your heart? That's so cute!
I thought it was a little overdramatic.
But,
Sayori pauses and thinks for a moment.
you know, I don't think you give yourself enough credit.
What? What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. It seems like you're always afraid of doing something wrong.
Yeah, but...
Would you call yourself a perfectionist?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea in my head of how I want things to go. And it's like, I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it helps me try my hardest at everything, so I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it into exactly how we envision it. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. So, I'm just really afraid of it deviating from that, the vision.
What's the vision?
It's...
Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs.
I don't know. I just want everyone to...
Monica trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps her finger against the sheet of paper. Right the way into your heart.
I think what you're trying to do is to make the club that you need the most out of anyone. Well, you're the one who knows yourself best, of course. But I'm here to help you.
Monica returns Sayori's smile.
It's sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really gonna make this the best club ever. Whoops, I accidentally right-clicked.
Sayori nods, and the two remain in silence for a moment, lost in thought. The only sound is the steady whisper of the air conditioner. And the only movement is the afternoon sunlight, trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn.
Oh.
Time to go home?
You tell me, you're the president.
In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow.
Me too.
Sayori beams and grabs her things.
You can go on ahead. I need a few minutes still.
Oh, I can wait.
That's alright. I just want some alone time.
In that case,
Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica.
good luck!
Monica smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the club room. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for the self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something that she probably needed right about now. I keep right-clicking by accident, and I also read that line fucking wrong because I psyched myself out. But she decides it was something she probably needed right about now.
The club that I need most? I don't get it. I just want to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature's the key to that. Because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. The person who's forced to be perfect.
Oh shit. Monica suddenly notices a folder on the floor by her desk.
Did Sayori leave this behind?
Oh my god, is this how it happens? Oh yeah, I should have mentioned at the top of the stream, I kind of fucked up here. If you've never played Doki Doki Literature Club before, you totally should. You can get the original version of the game from like a 2018, I think, 2018, 2019, on Steam for free. This in particular is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. It costs money, but there's more content in it. Just looking at these side stories now, I could already tell you that you should play the original game all the way through once before playing these side stories, because there's a lot of references and stuff to the original game. Anyway,
I hope it doesn't have her homework in it.
worried, Monica opens the folder to check.
Poems.
It's a folder of poems. Oh, is this Sayori's folder? I don't know whose voice to read this in, but I think it's Sayori's handwriting, so...
Become the flower. A feeling of joy as a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent. It's so pretty in my hair. Every day, I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, 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 every day. Pluck, 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 so pretty in my hair. Pluck, pluck, pluck. You're going to die, and you, too. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots. Caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. What's what it...
This is a continuation of a poem that Sayori writes in the original game. In the game, it starts here. This is like if it's not the same, it's very similar.
Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from its clinging roots, caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction, and the field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland. The fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy. And that is why I've decided I must become the flower.
Oh my god. So in case you missed it, pluck, 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 you're going to die, and you too I must become the flower. Sayori always had suicidal thoughts before... I'm gonna take the no spoilers tag off of this, hang on. Because there's gonna be some spoilers for the original game, unfortunately. At this point. But Sayori was always suicidal then. Maybe not suicidal all the way, but she definitely had like the thoughts, right? Jesus.
What the... Wait. Sayori?
Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in DDLC. Okay. Let's continue onward then. We're barely even an hour in. Holy shit. This is getting serious. Another day passes in a flash, and it's already time for the next club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club task, she hasn't been able to shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poem.
I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori's going through these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her comfort me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? This whole time, I didn't think to ask about her own feelings. So much for this stupid vision.
Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern.
Monica? Is everything okay?
I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend.
Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend.
Monica shakes her head.
I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make it the club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours.
Sayori responds quietly.
What are you talking about?
But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization.
I left my folder here.
Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response.
I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that.
But why? We're friends, right?
Wordlessly, Sayori nods.
Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. I've read that line awkward.
Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy.
This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday.
Hang on, wait, let me read this again. This is different. Okay, I get it now.
This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy. So, if you do this, then you're just being selfish.
Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share certain things, but as unfair as it is for Monica to pry, it's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friend.
I'm sorry, Lux. I disrespected your privacy.
No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine.
Yeah.
Monica takes a deep breath.
Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry, and I think I'm going to put this aside so that we can move on, but can you promise me something?
Promise you what?
Monica pauses to collect her thoughts.
This is the Literature Club. It's a place where people can express themselves in the ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that.
Sayori smiles gently.
I'll promise if you promise.
Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile.
I promise.
Me too.
As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. As Sefji lifts a bottle of water to his lips. Yeah, it's very dry in here for some reason. I don't know why. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities that Monica didn't plan. But damn, I didn't think the side stories would get this heavy. I was just like, I was looking for a good time, but then I'm like, oh yeah, Blue Skies is not here. This is not a thing. There are no happy endings in this game.
So, wanna teach me about poetry?
Huh? But what about recruitment?
It's fine, we have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know?
There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. I only have 2 brain cells.
That's fine. I think I just need like, some motivation. I never know where to start when it comes to writing poems.
Starting isn't so hard. You kinda just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you.
Yeah, but that wouldn't come out any good.
It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start by writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story.
Hmm.
You can get your feelings down first and then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a collage where you find all the things you want to put in and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way. But it's really good. It's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning.
I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up in how it sounds that I forget about what's actually important.
Monica pulls out a pen and paper to start writing on. Stop
being a perfectionist, you idiot. I'm just kidding.
Monica scribbles out, "You idiot," after she writes it down.
No, keep it.
What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot?
Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want.
But I was just... Well... Yeah.
Underneath the scribble, Monica rewrites, "You idiot." She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her.
It's kind of funny how I wrote down that I'm mad at myself for... It's kind of funny how I wrote down what I'm mad at myself for, and then I did the exact thing anyway. This is really gonna take some getting used to.
I believe in you.
Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course.
Monica continues the exercise, jotting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write without overthinking it. But after a while, with Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all of her random thoughts. So in the original game, Sayori said that Monica teaches her about writing, but in this side story, it's Sayori teaching Monica. So did Monica manipulate that in the game's story? In order to make herself seem perfect? That's interesting. Monica looks up and down at her sheet.
Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating.
I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'd be good at writing poems.
Don't give me too much credit. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something that I'll enjoy doing. With you.
Sayori beams.
I'll stop here, but we still have time. Let's try to work on a new flyer for the club. I won't be so picky about the language.
Yay, let's do it!
Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more confident in the club. Not simply from their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Another day passes. I love this, by the way. This is fucking great. This is awesome. I could sit here and play this, like, all day long. if I'm not careful. At some point, though, today, because we're gonna run out of side stories, I'm gonna have to start speed running the game. I'll just do a 100. I'll have to do like a 100% speed run of the game, and then after that, we will just we will we should, in theory, have all of the side stories after that, right? As usual, Monica's the first one to the club room. With her is a printout of the revised Literature Club flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Siri came up with.
If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one. But...
The new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely, common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Hopefully, Monica and Siri had thought that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from students.
Why do I feel so tense looking at this?
Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise.
Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what the club is supposed to be about?
The Literature Club is truly beginning to take form. But with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. Debate Club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort.
It's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself, for real.
Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, a tiny blot of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts her pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her finger across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear on the paper.
Come on, Monica. Just move your hand.
Monica writes. Wow. This is
what I get for seeking perfection. A stain.
Damn, I wish there... I hope to God there's like a secret Monica route in DDLC Plus, because... Fuck, Monica's the most interesting character in the game. She's a really complex character that I really want to explore. Monica slides the paper away from her and puts her head down on the desk. Falls asleep once again. God damn it. The air conditioner seems louder today.
I'm here.
Hi.
Monica hears Siri approach her desk, then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down in the adjacent desk.
Bad day.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
You too?
The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club, but also something else, I think.
I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable.
Siri takes the sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while.
Can I trust you?
Of course. You can trust me with anything.
Siri gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Siri's desk and reads it.
Sometimes I want to die.
Sayori,
This is really, really hard for me.
Her voice shakes.
So, if I can do it, then you can too. Because you're like a million times better than me.
that's completely not true.
Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself.
That's something about Mia that I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is like screaming at me to stop.
Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday.
I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place. This is the literature club. I trust you more than I'm scared.
At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push that Sayori needed? Sayori's deliberate breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence.
I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry about too much about me. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you can just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kinds of thoughts that I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy.
But that's
Terrible. That's what Monica wants to say, but she stops herself in fear of saying the wrong thing.
It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would worry about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that, because it used to be like that.
Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past.
I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone.
Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person.
How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried that I'll be one of those people too?
I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about what the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself, too. It made me feel like I could say it in confidence. And our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me.
Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart. A feeling of connection as Sayori's emotions radiate between them.
Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave. I don't even compare.
Monica steps forward.
But if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy. If you'd like.
Oh.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking cry! Wordlessly and without a smile, Sayori rests her forehead on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel the torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enchanted by the air of the club, Monica realizes that of all the days that have passed, this is the one where she really, really hopes that nobody new walks through the door. She speaks softly.
You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You can say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise.
Sayori's breath begins to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so... Oh my god, her eyes. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless, and everyone would be better off without me. She suppresses a sob as a tear falls down her cheek. Look at her fucking eyes. Oh my... like... Just look at those eyes. That is just, like, dead. This is just dead inside. Oh my god, this is getting me. I'm just an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me, and I hate it. I hate it! The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to the overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want these thoughts! I want them to go away! And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die! As soon as Sayori loses her composure, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle.
This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend.
Monica offers a few words of comfort. But she knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experiences are ones that don't belong. And Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would do.
You have so much value. To me and your other friends too. This club wouldn't have been the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what brought you here. You brought us a vision, and you also brought happiness. And that's what your favorite thing to do. And that's your favorite thing to do, right?
Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two share their embrace for a while longer, Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needs. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffles finally cease, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. Oh my god, this is amazing. I love this already.
I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others.
Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they usually are. If that's what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. You're the best.
No, you are.
The two exchange smiles.
You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but have you considered talking to a professional?
Sayori nods.
It's scary. Since it's already so hard to tell people.
Yeah. Well, of course it will always be your choice, but if you're ever looking to find the courage for it, I can do my best to help you.
Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would.
Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches.
Oh, that made me tired. And hungry.
Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it.
No, I want to. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that makes me happy.
Monica smiles.
But I may want to get a snack first.
All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. Yuri? The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Yuri? Oh, it ends right there? Fuck you, game. Fuck you. Oh, we got new songs, though. Oh my god. I love this. I wasn't sure if I was going to like the side stories as much as Blue Skies. Like, I was kind of worried about it at first. But now that we're here... God Damn, they're good!